management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter. L-O-V. What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Thank you so much to Aaron Smith, the rapping professor, for the passing the baton. Thank you so much to you, good sir. Happy Monday, family. Happy Monday to you from myself and Nick Steptoe, my producer. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending some time with us. Thank you for coming to hang out. We are so happy to have you here with us. You know we are. You know we are. I tell you all the time we are. So family, I've missed you. I've missed all of you. I've been away for a few days. For some of you that may recall, I was saying that I'd be away. I've been away for a few days, and to that point, I just want to express my gratitude to all of our family in Los Angeles and Long Beach, California, and in Willingboro, New Jersey. I had the pleasure and the privilege of performing, enjoying both the Long Beach Jazz Festival and the Willingboro Jazz Festival over the weekend. I mean, they were both awesome, just amazing. But to that, I was saying that I had the pleasure and privilege of performing with Will Downing crew in Long Beach, California, and with Adam Blackstone in Willingboro. So I just want to say thank you so much, family. Thank you to all of you for showing so much love at both of the events. It was really, really a good time. And it was great to see you all. It really was. So family, to you, I want to know, what did you do this past weekend? Did you attend any of the hip hop celebrations, as we are in the midst of the 50th anniversary of celebrating hip hop? Well, no, we're in the anniversary of hip hop, the 50th anniversary of hip hop, but celebrating. What did you do? Did you attend any of those celebrations, or did you take part in any other activities, or did you practice some self-care? Did you do that? Let me know. Let me know. You know, I'm always curious to know about your life. I want to know what's going on with you. You know, call me, talk to me, tell me what's going on. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can call me toll free at 1-866-361-0900. Fill me in. In the meantime, I just want to take a moment to recognize some of our lost but not forgotten family members. For those of you who are unaware, and I'm sure most of you are aware by now, of the loss of both Clarence Avant and Magoo, aka Melvin Barcliff, but condolences are sent to the loved ones of Clarence Avant, the beloved music executive who came to be known as the Black Godfather. He has died at the age of 92, and condolences also sent to the loved ones of Magoo, aka Melvin Barcliff, who was the music partner of Timbaland. He died at the age of 50 And family, to you, you know, condolences to you as well. You and yours, if you have lost a beloved. I'm sending you, love and hugs and all of that good stuff because, I know how hard loss is for all of us. So, condolences to you. Just know that you are not alone. Well, family, I also know that we are now in Leo season. So, if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. I hope you are celebrating and I hope you are also being celebrated supremely. So, family, all right. You already know what I like to do as we get started. I've already said I want to know how your weekend was. I want to know what you did. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know how your day is coming along so far. So, family, if you're new to the show, what I like to do is called a check-in or roll call, if you will. So, if you are joining us on our socials, family, send us a hello and let us know that you are there, ready to join the conversation. Or even if you're not, just let us know that you're there because we appreciate that too. And again, I said a few seconds ago that you can call me. Feel free to call and say hello too. You can tell us what you did and how your weekend was and how your day is going as we start this work week. And you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. Call us to say hi if you just want to do so. To our family members who are just listening, I tell you this all the time, that we know that you are out there and your presence and your love are always felt and are greatly appreciated. And to you, if your light is shining dimly, just know that you are not alone. That's the first thing I want you to know. But know that I'm sending you some extra love and hugs. Know that, okay? Just know that. Family, before we move any further, I want to share something with you. Founders Day is back, and you don't want to miss the celebration of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, on Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please join us for a block party filled with panel discussions, health screenings, dancing, food, and fun. Check out family-friendly activities, vendors, and the presentation of our third annual Community Impact Awards. You can also stand with WURD Radio. Start or renew your WURD membership at the special Founders Day discounted rate of $80 or start a digital membership. That's our 2023 Founders Day celebration, Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are WURD, progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. The 2023 Founders Day is brought to you by Nubian Essence, Jackie Bradley's Mary Kay, A Place Like Home Too, and Not Right Brand. I want to take a moment just to go to our socials to say hello to some of our family members who are checking in. Hey there, Chip. Michael Chip Gordon is saying hey, and he's letting me know what he did over the weekend. He went to Harlem. Ooh, saw Nona Hendrix. Nona did a tribute to Tina Turner. What? Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I love that. He's also sharing, some comforting energy to the families of both Mr. Clarence Avant and Magoo. I love that. Thank you. But I'm so jealous. You went to see Aunt Nona Hendrix. Aunt Sarah's, Nona Hendrix, we won't concentrate on Nona right now because our beloved is still here with us. But we love us some Aunt Sarah too. But Nona Hendrix did a tribute to Tina Turner over the weekend, and it was in Harlem, and I know it was amazing. Brother Nasir is checking in as well. He shares good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening to all of us, the guests and everybody. Blessings. Happy Monday. You had a self-care weekend. Ooh, that's awesome. Anthony is checking in as well, and he shares, hey, family. Well, hey, family. And Misty Jones, hey, cuz. She is checking in. She says, this is June. That's my other cousin. Hey, June. Hey, June. June is checking in as well. Well, family, this is what we're going to do because I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know how your weekend was. I want to know how your day is going and how it was. So again, continue to comment on our socials because I'm welcoming all the love that you're sharing. You know how we start the week. Come on now. You know how we do it. But I want to take a moment to go to our phone lines right now because we have some family members that are checking in. I believe Poppy is calling. Poppy, is that you online on the first line?
This is Papa Dread, reggae music recording artist.
Hello, how are you? How are you today?
Yeah, the last time I spoke to you and Tiffany, and you never showed up at the World Cafe. You remember we did an open mic session and the poetry?
No, the WURD event?
The word event at World Cafe.
Yes. I wasn't able to attend because I had to go out of town.
I heard, but it went well. I performed, and Tiffany was singing my song at the end. Yep.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
listen, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were. Go right ahead. I want you to finish first.
So, what I did for the weekend, I did some rehearsal. I practiced all my songs I'm going to perform at the Caribbean Festival. It's going to be big. It's going to be this Sunday at Penn's Landing. That's what I did. Just keep practicing for that event.
Ooh. Oh, now that sounds awesome. You're performing this weekend at the Caribbean Festival?
Yes, I'm a vocal singer and I do reggae music.
Well, I'm so sorry. I want you to know that I'm sorry that I missed you at our event, at our WURD event.
Okay, that's okay. Got many more left to come.
What time are you performing this Sunday? Sunday, is this the 20th? At what time are you performing?
Well, the show starts from 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. I haven't got my schedule when I'm going to be on stage yet, but as soon as I get my schedule, I'll give you a call and let you know. I call the studio and let you know.
Please do, because I get back in town on Sunday, and I'm telling you, if I can make it, then I will make it up to you.
That is so nice. I can leave my number with the engineer and my contact information. So I hope I can get a chance to collaborate with you because I think I'm gonna bring change. I'm bringing a lot of changes to Black music, Black history, reggae music, cultural, more positive, and more mindful, so we can stop hurting and killing each other. That's what I'm about. I'm about peace, love, and unity. That's what my music is about.
Well, we need more of that. We need more peace. We need more love, and we definitely need more unity. We definitely do. But please, Nick will definitely take your information for me. And again, if I am back in time on Sunday, I promise you I will be there. I will make that up to you. I can't thank you enough for calling in. I do believe we have another family member on our second line. Are you still there by any chance?
Yes. Oh, Carol, I went to the Valley this weekend, and I didn't go to stay. But my soul got so happy. I stayed all day, and I was able to speak at the ministers and speak with the people. But now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would allow me to repeat this, I have done it before, and at this time, I want to do it again. And many people hear me speak about Carol. What a beautiful human being. I don't come with hanky-panky. And I made the announcement on this radio. And I said, if any of her family is listening, these words I said about Carol, it was her divine intervention that seduced me. Nobody on this station, any female, never say Mr. Ryan said any other way inappropriate in that area there. It's all about what she was able to do for me. My age, I knew some of my family members, it would be totally out of order if I would do anything other than that. But being and conducting myself as a senior, then when I heard this woman talk, and she heard me speak, and that's when that divine order came in place. And what she was hearing, and I'll tell her when I see her on Founders Day, she never even mentioned that. She went right into compassion. That's what a female with compassion. If anybody thinks they can run some line on Miss Cow, no, no, no. She's too intelligent, but she's very compassionate. And because of it, I say it to myself, I've been around a long while, and I've been all kind of people. And I'm letting the people know, no hanky-panky. And what I'm going to give to Cal in words, her ears have not heard yet their words, but they've been rearranged, especially for her to say thank you for lifting my spirit up and not be insulting when that person said something on this radio. I'm bigger than that. I'm bigger than that. It is any time that she would bring a bird home whose wings was broke, she would pick a little kitten up and take it to mother and them and bring and nurture them back. The Holy Quran talks about that. And I'm saying to Carol, I want you to know, I ask God to put a thought in my mind. I don't do no writing. To put a thought in my mind to give these words to Carol. And I say this again, beloved, to our family and everyone. She have not heard these words, what I'm going to say to her. She will carry it for the rest of her life. Not talking about some anything other than what the word is supposed to be. Look how you can just take someone with your education you have and show compassion for them. That's that divineness that's in that female only can do that. Just like the lady that raised me. I thank you very much for the people that have been kind to me. And y'all on WRD have been that way to Mr. Ryan. But these words that I'm going to say to you, it will be up to you if you use to share with your family or anyone else that you care for. You've never heard these words like this before. When I'm going to say, and it's meant for you to have the gift. That will be the gift I will give to Cal. And if she chooses to share it with somebody else, it just goes because my purpose is to make her cry tears of joy. My cup runneth over. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Thank you always for continuously showing us love and positivity. Thank you so much. Family, if you have just joined us, you're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at WURD Radio. Feel free to comment. This first hour tonight, this is going to be an open forum. I want to talk with you. You all know, every now and again, I pull things from the headlines, but I also feel like we need to do a check-in, because there's so much going on. So because, there's so much to process, there's so much that happened or took place over the weekend, I wanted to just talk with you and find out what's on your mind, find out how you're feeling, and find out what's going on in your life. But since it's Monday, I always want to start off on a Monday knowing, how your weekend was and how your day is forming and shaping, how it's coming along. So family, if you want to comment on our socials, feel free to do so. Or if you want to call us, you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can call me toll free. And you can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. I just want to share that some more of our family members are checking in on our socials. Cheryl Brown, she's sharing a hello, a good evening with everybody, guests, listeners, and wordies. Brother Raphael, he's sharing a good evening to everyone. And motivation equals success. Yes, it does. Good evening, Songbird. Thank you so much. Wonderful seeing you and hearing your input. Stay blessed. Well, you know what? It's always a blessing. It's always a blessing. Always also. Cheryl says that her weekend was peaceful after she got her spirit right about the killings at the playground. Yes, I want to talk with you all about that. She shares that prayers go out to all of the family and friends affected by this senseless crime. Yes, yes, yes. Brother Eric Young is sharing good evening, Word family. Best wishes for a great evening. Yeah, family, I want to get into some things. I want to talk about what is taking place, what's happening across the world, quite honestly. I mean, particularly in our very own city, but I definitely want to know what's going on with you. Adam is checking in. Hi there, Adam Arcos. He shares that his weekend was fun. Well, Adam, I want to know all about it. What did you do? What did you do that made it so much fun? Did you hang out with family? Did you sit and stare at a wall? Because let me tell you how sitting and staring at a wall is sometimes all the fun I need. Okay. Sometimes it is. But listen, what we're going to do right now, because it's time for us to take a break, is we're going to do just that. We're going to take a break, but know that the phone lines are open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We are going to take a short break, but family, when we come back, let's talk about some things. We'll be right back.
What's up, Philly? It's Solomon Jones. Don't look now, but back to school is just around the corner. How will that work for you? Did your child's education plan work for you last year? Were safety issues, bullying, and persistent health concerns working together to make your child or grandchild's life miserable? Maybe it's time to consider Commonwealth Charter Academy. They know how schools should work. Commonwealth Charter Academy, or CCA, has a 21-year track record of providing a flexible, stable, online education in the comfort of your home. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me. Here are some benefits that could work for your family. 1, a world-class, flexible, customizable education streamed directly to your home at no cost to you. 2, laptops, headphones, high-speed internet access, and learning materials, all provided at no cost to you. Join the more than 4,200 students from Philly who already attend CCA. Enroll for the fall at ccaeducate.me. Trust me, they know how school should work.
This Founders Day, we celebrate our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue. Join us on Friday, August 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join us as we pay tribute to the man who founded WURD Radio 20 years ago. Listen to a panel discussion on equitable development. Stay informed as Solomon Jones leads a conversation on violence as a public health issue. Celebrate the contributions of Nick Taliaferro and the 2023 winners of the Community Impact Award, Mika Johnson, Reverend Andy Jenkins, Jasmine Smith, the Twin Sister Docs, and WURD Radio's own Troy Wilmore. You can also stand with WURD Radio, start or renew your Forward membership at the special Founders Day discounted rate of $80, or start a digital membership. That's our 2023 Founders Day celebration, Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. This 2023 Founders Day celebration is brought to you by Dedicated Senior Medical Centers, Brown's Family ShopRite, Hers Snacks, and Dietz & Watson's Premium Meats and Cheeses.
What kind of help does the IRS have for identity theft victims?
If you suspect you're a victim of tax-related identity theft, go to irs.gov/identity theft to learn how to prevent potential refund fraud and protect your tax account. At the IRS, combating tax-related identity theft is a top priority, and we are committed to prevention, detection, and assisting victims. And we're working with law enforcement to catch the criminals. For more info, go to irs.gov/identity theft to learn what the IRS is doing to help protect you.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. So before the break, I was sharing with you that this first hour is going to be an open forum because I want to talk with you. I want to know what you're thinking and how you are feeling. You know, first I wanted to check in and see how your weekend went, but now since, here we are. We're into the crux of the first hour. I want to know what's going on with you. I tell you that from time to time, I pull some of the stories in the headlines, see what's going on in the news. And I want to talk with you to find out how you feel. So I was sharing that I was away over the weekend and I was so surprised because I kept getting alerts on my phone Now, I know the station, we just hosted an event at 8th and Diamond at the 8th and Diamond Street Playground. So at first, when all I saw was 8th and Diamond, and I thought there were you family members were sharing with me what was taking place, at the event. And some did, but I thought, days later that you all was still filling me in. And no, I was so shocked, surprised, hurt, disappointed. I just felt so many things, a rush of so many things all in the same moment when I read about the shootings that had taken place. So for those who are unaware, I'm going to share one headline and then go into the headline about the shootings at 8th and Diamond. But the first headline reads, "Weekend turns violent as shootings break out across Philadelphia, killing 5 and injuring 8. The weekend began violently as 13 people were shot in various neighborhoods across Philadelphia, killing 5 and just one person in custody. A double shooting on East Ontario Street in Kensington on Friday afternoon claimed the life of a 23-year-old man and injured a 25-year-old man. One person was said to be in custody in that investigation." And then, of course, I went on to read that another person has died following a quadruple shooting that took place on a North Philadelphia basketball court on Friday. The tragedy has left community members reeling and wondering what steps will be taken to end the gun violence. Officers identified the victims as 22-year-old Nyrese Moore, 24-year-old Nasir Folk, and 21-year-old Isaiah Williams. So, family, I want to take a moment just to talk with you all about what's happening in our city. I don't have a solution. I want to start with that. I know, I often say, it's challenging when you start a conversation about something sensitive and difficult when you're not offering a solution. I don't have a solution, but I'm hopeful that we can talk about this because number one, it's so much to process. It's just so much to process, so many shootings. And as I move about and I hear people talking about Philadelphia and talking about how dangerous our city is. And I keep feeling like our beloved Philadelphia, it just, I don't know, family. I don't know. But I'm curious to know because as I'm reading the ages of the victims, is there something happening with just a certain demographic, a particular age group? What's happening? What's happening in our city? What's happening with us? Those of us who are good and grown, did we go wrong? And if so, where did we? What's going on? And how do we mend it? How do we mend it? Because something is broken, something is detached, and our babies seem to be lost. Now, mind you, this is my own personal opinion. I want to be clear on that. This is not the opinion of anyone but myself, but I want to converse with you. I want to communicate with you. So please share with me what you're thinking and how you're feeling, particularly about what's going on as it pertains to the gun violence in our city. I do want to take a moment to go to our socials to share that my family members are checking in. Melissa shares, "Good evening, everyone." Melissa Gamble, that is. And Ms. Joanne is checking in with us. She shares, "Good evening, everybody." She went to the Marion Tasco Arms apartment. The WURD Live, State of Emergency, Black Males and Crisis of Violence. Oh, she had CDs made to share this outstanding message to committees everywhere. That's awesome. That's awesome, Miss Joanne. That is really awesome. But family, talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know how you're feeling and what you're thinking about the violence in our city. Call me if you will. Do that by dialing 215-634-8065 or call me toll free at 1-866-361-0900. Our friend Mark Pena is joining us. Hi, Mark. He shares it's a sad topic, but a much needed discussion. Yeah, I think we should. Do we need a town hall? Like what? Where do we begin? I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to begin, but I do know that we can't take much more of this hurt. We are hurting. We are hurting. We are hurting. And I'm with you. I am so with you, Cheryl. Cheryl shared that, she had to get her spirit right after, digesting what took place this past weekend. So, family, talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling. So, I want to share another story with you. This does not have anything to do with Philadelphia, but it does talk about loss. Talking about Hawaii, the fires, the wildfires in Maui. This article reads that crews in West Maui are doing the devastating work of sifting through the ashes of incinerated homes and beloved landmarks as the death toll from the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than 100 years is still rising. As of Sunday night, officials confirmed that 96 people have died, up from the previous count of 93. And it reads that an unknown number of people are still unaccounted for as search teams with cadaver dogs look for remains in devastated neighborhoods. I was talking with Marion Meadows over the weekend, and he was sharing some information with me about, what had taken place. I was confused at first about everything that had happened, how there was so little time for warning. I didn't know, I didn't understand why so many people were as caught off guard as they were. But there was no time, from what was explained to me and what I later learned during doing research in the news. There was no time. There was no time. What was shared was that there was this gigantic fireball that was traveling at least 80 miles an hour. That was just I can't imagine. Let me say that to you. I cannot imagine. And every day it feels like there's another story. There's another story of devastation and a traumatizing information that's being shared. But these are the days in which we are living. This is the time in which we are living. Miss Cheryl Brown, she's sharing that 99 people as of today have died in Hawaii. I do send my love and condolences to the family members and loved ones of those in Hawaii, because I can't imagine, y'all. I just can't imagine. I just can't. And I know we're talking about what's going on in Philly. Well, I'm talking about, being devastated about, the gun violence that we're experiencing in Philly. But when you start talking about natural disasters, that's a whole nother, that's something else. That's something else. So tell me what you think and how you feeling. I like to talk to y'all. I like to know what's going on with you as well. Another headline reads that the Alabama boat fight. The folding chair suspect became the fifth person charged. Riddick, the 14-year-old man, turned himself in on Friday after Montgomery Police Chief Daryl Albert said last week during a press conference that they were looking to speak with him after he was seen wielding that folding chair. So I saw something that was really interesting. I read that the Montgomery police had been consulting with the local FBI on the possibility of issuing hate crime charges against the individuals that started this melee, but it had been ruled out, according to the Associated Press. It was ruled out. Do you think it was a hate crime? Do you think that the individuals that started the melee that took place in Montgomery, Alabama, do you think that was a hate crime? Yeah, I'm curious to know. What do you think? And Brother Nasir is talking about the wildfires in Hawaii. Yes, the wind played such a big part of the Hawaii fire. Yes, that was what was explained to me, and also what I subsequently read, because there were these two volcanoes, and the way the winds went around, and it came back around and went through, but in doing so, went through the valley. And as a result, brought with it, destruction. That's the only way I can say it. Destruction. So tell me what you're thinking, what you're feeling. I so appreciate you joining the conversation. I truly do. Family, if you've just joined us, you're tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD with yours truly, Carol Riddick. And we're talking about life right now. We are digging deep into what's in the news That's what we're doing. So let's talk about it. We're digging deep. We're digging deep, talking about everything that is in the news. So another headline, another story that I read, Daryl DMC McDaniels celebrates the 50th anniversary of hip hop in Philadelphia. Did you know that? Hip hop pioneer Daryl DMC McDaniels performed an intimate show at a Philadelphia record store just days after performing in front of thousands at Yankee Stadium in New York City. Did you know and did not tell me? Did y'all know? Did you know that DMC was going to be in town? Oh, I mean, I would have been upset though because I could not have attended. But did you go? Did you know and did you attend? So the next story I want to talk about, the black teen that was arrested while taking out the trash. The video that was played, it went viral. In case you missed it, a black teenager appeared to be arrested for no apparent reason while taking the trash out in a TikTok video that's gone viral. On Thursday, August 10th, a TikTok user posted a 4-minute video of the teen's arrest by what appeared to be a Lansing, Michigan police officer. In the video, the teenager was standing near trash bins and he was led to a police vehicle in handcuffs. A man who said he was there, a man who said he was the teen's father came out of his home and spoke with officers who appeared to comment that his son fit the description. Y'all, I'm hearing this far too often. I read another story. I couldn't find the particulars of this other story, but I read that a father, he was harassed by police officers. He was at a restaurant of some sort. It may have been a diner with a baby in his arms. And again, it was because he fit the description. This keeps happening, y'all. This keeps happening. What is going on? What is going on? The next story I read pertained to Los Angeles. I was in Los Angeles and was so shocked to read that a massive group ransacked a Nordstrom store at the Topanga Mall in Woodland Hills on Saturday, making off with handfuls of clothes and handbags. A flash mob of at least 20 people looted Los Angeles Nordstrom. Y'all, I keep saying, okay, we need to be steadfast. Listen, we've got to pray. I don't know what's happening. Brother Nasir shares that he saw the same story about the father that was holding the baby and was being harassed by the police officers because he fit the description. Needless to say, it was a case of mistaken identity. Again, a case of mistaken identity. But here we have one of our babies in Lansing, Michigan, and we had this father. Again, I'm so sorry that I couldn't get all of the details for you because I really would like to have shared all of it, more details, I should say, with you. But what's happening with us? What's happening? Melissa is sharing that it just seems as though there are more guns than usual on the streets. She shares that maybe connecting folks to jobs, training programs, and the like. What is there for folks to do? We keep offering prayers and condolences, but more is needed. You're right. More is needed. You are so right. I just don't know what that is. What is it? Eric shares that we must try to find a way to stay informed, caring, committed to finding solutions without being traumatized, leading to depression and despair. We're so resilient and strong in so many ways. Our achievements should be shown as much as the damaging acts. As a great Black man stated, all of our wisdom is in these words: wait and hope. I so appreciate that. And you are right. You are right about that because we do share the good. We often do share the good with the bad. I chose these particular stories because I wanted to talk about, the damage and the devastation, and to see if we could start a conversation about what's going on. Well, start a conversation here on Love and Life about what's going on in our city as it pertains to gun violence. But you're so right. You are so right, because we are a brilliant people. And I love sharing positive stories about us. So I do that as well. But you're right. We need more positive stories. Tony Brown shares Hawaii. The Black communities are burning down in Philadelphia with gun violence. And y'all talking about Hawaii. Yes. We talked about that as well. That was the first story we did talk about. Here's one for you. Let's see what the government takes care of first, Philadelphia or Hawaii. Hawaii will be fine in a month or two. What about the gun violence in Philadelphia? Well, Tony, that's why I want to start the conversation. I want to start that conversation. So where do we start? What do we do, Tony? Like I said, I don't have a solution. But I'm hoping that if we talk about some things, maybe we find one. Because it hurts. It's hurting. I'm tired of this hurt and this pain every single day, every other day that another one of our babies is dead due to gun violence. Let's figure it out. Yeah, we talked about Hawaii because we have family members there too, but we talked about Philly first. That's where the conversation started. So let it continue. Let's continue the conversation. Family, it's time for us to take just a short break, but know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. Let's keep this conversation going, but do stay with us because we'll be right back.
To users of chemical hair relaxers, the Journal of the National Cancer Institute and other major studies have discovered a connection to uterine and ovarian cancer from the use of chemical hair relaxers and straighteners. The studies found those who actively use these products at home and in the salon are 2.5 times more likely to develop these deadly forms of cancer. Product ingredients include chemicals that are endocrine disruptors and have been linked to these types of cancer. If you or someone you love was diagnosed with uterine or ovarian cancer and actively uses these relaxing agents, you could qualify to bring a claim for damages in a lawsuit. Go to LopezMcHugh.com. That's LopezMCHUGH.com, or call Lopez McHugh at 855-8-PHILLY to discuss a possible lawsuit and see if you have a case. That's Lopez McHugh at 855-8-PHILLY. That's 855-8-PHILLY. Don't wait.
If you are a business professional or entrepreneur looking to grow your network, join the African American Chamber of Commerce of Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware on Wednesday, August 16th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Comcast Spectacor/Wells Fargo Center for the National Black Business Month Expo, featuring $30 professional headshots, workshops, Black vendors, and empowerment speakers. Want to attend the National Black Business Month Expo? Go to aachamber.com for more information.
Join WURD Radio for our annual Founders Day celebration. Mark your calendars for August 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at WURD's Future Home, 3601 Appleford Avenue. Embrace the spirit of Founders Day with a tribute to the legacy of Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, complete with food, live music, local vendors, health screenings, and much more. And here's a special invitation. If you're not yet a member, this is the perfect opportunity to join the 4WURD movement and support Black Talk Media exclusively on Founders Day. Secure your membership at the exceptional rate of $80. Visit WURDradio.com or join us at our Founders Day event to be a part of the 4WURD community. Let's celebrate together.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. So I shared that this first hour of the show, I wanted to be an open forum. I want to know what you're thinking and how you're feeling because there's so much going on. Before the break, Melissa Gamble shared a good point, and she shared that maybe connecting folks to jobs, training programs, and the like, maybe that might be helpful as it pertains to the gun violence that we've been experiencing in our city. She shared that it just seems as though there are more guns than usual on the streets. You know, I think that's a good point, but And I only say this because I'm working, having worked with some of our babies, and um, there's so much going on that a lot of them wouldn't be able. Um, how do I put this? I'm trying to find the right words to say it. Um, but what jobs? Number one, we're having an issue with our economy, because I'm definitely interested in knowing what you think and how you feel, and I so appreciate you offering a solution, because I think that's why we're here. That's what we should do. But a lot of our babies, I just don't know. I just don't know um, how they would be equipped for some of the jobs. Number one, that would be offered to them. Number two, we're having such an issue, as I started saying, with our economy. A lot of businesses, a lot of big businesses are folding, are closing down. There's my own personal opinion, family, is that we're not headed for a good way. We're just, there's just so much that it appears we're in the embryonic stage of that just doesn't feel good or look good to me. So I don't know. I don't know where we're headed, but it just doesn't feel good to me. And I'm challenged with the feeling that I have that it's just not going to be good where we're headed. So I'm curious to know, Melissa, like what type of training programs and jobs would you suggest? I just want to know. Help me to have a better understanding. Tony Brown shares he's got a plan. Well, Tony, I want to know. Tell me. He shares that his style is quite different and it wouldn't be safe for most of us. Well, wait a minute now, Tony. We're already living in and trying to navigate an existence that's not as safe. So what do you mean? What do you mean? Do share. So Melissa shares the guns are coming from somewhere. A beginning would be to find out from where. I don't know, just suggesting that we find out. Yeah, you know what? To that point, Melissa, I read about because a lot of the guns, which is insane to me, are being made. They are making these guns. Some of these guns. Now I know you're talking about some of the larger semi-automatic weapons, but some of the guns are being made. Okay, which is insane to me. But here we are. Here we are. Some of these guns are being made, and they're being made because they're trying to avoid them being traced by serial numbers and materials and things of that nature. It's again, this is the existence in which we live. Cheryl is asking Tony. She shares, Tony Brown, good evening. Unfortunately, Hawaii will not be fine in a month or two. Most of us are not closed-minded when it comes to violence in our city. Can you give us some solutions as to how we can curb it? I'm just praying for us all. So Tony responds, now, do you think more guns on the streets are by mistake or design? Well, I think they're definitely by design. He shares these kids have no jobs, but the guns they have, maybe a month of rent somewhere. The price of the guns they have are expensive, period. Well, again, some of these guns are being made. They're manufactured. They're not necessarily purchasing all of the guns that they have. And Kat shares, thank you, Kat, for helping. She shares that I think the guns that are being made are called the ghost guns. Yes, that's exactly what I read. They're called ghost guns. So there's a lot going on out here, family. There's so much going on out here. My challenge is more with the mindset, quite honestly, for those who feel that they need to be armed and cause violence. I'm concerned with that. It's not the gun that's causing the harm. It's the individual that's holding the gun or that's using the gun, I should say. So I'm asking these questions. I just want to have some communication. I keep saying conversation, but I want to have communication. Let's exchange some thoughts and some ideas and see what we come up with. Melissa shares, if there are no jobs, we must create. Someone stated we are a brilliant people. Yes, that someone would be me. I did state that. And we are a brilliant people. I do believe it. I live it. I know it. We are brilliant. But create the jobs. Well, you know what? Create. So that would be us. That would be our demographic. So again, I did ask the question earlier, where are we falling short? So are we not creating the jobs for these individuals? Are we not creating the scenarios that would empower them? Are we not? What are we doing? What are we doing that is not being helpful? What are we doing? What are we doing? And how can we help? How can we? Let's do that. Let's figure out some solutions. Tony, you said you had a solution. What would your solution be? I'm curious to know. And Kat shares, we have to work at this problem, but we need to go to the Lord. It seems we never ask for his help. I said, you know what, Kat? I pray on it. I pray on it. I pray on it. But I do overstand what you're stating, because I believe what you're saying is that we need to come together and ask for the Lord's help. And I do believe there aren't enough of us that are coming together to do so. But Tony, I want to know what you're sharing as a solution for all of this. We're talking about guns, assault rifles. We're talking about firearms everywhere. Yes, I do believe it's by design. I do. Yes, I do. I believe it began that way, and I believe it's a continuation of what was started. So how do we stop it? What do we do to stop it? Because it has to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop. You know, it has become a poison in our city alone. Gun violence has become a poison in our city. It's just, I don't know, but I am continuing to pray. I will not stop. I will tell you that. I will not stop praying and asking God for help. So, family, if you have just joined us, you're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online. We're talking about all kinds of things, but the majority of the conversation that has taken place thus far tonight has been about the gun violence that we are experiencing in our city. I'm asking you because I want to know, because we are all in this together. I tell you that every single night. I say it, family. We are all in this together. Where do we begin to stop this? Where do we begin? Where does it begin? I do want to share that another one of our family members is checking out on our socials. Heidi. Hi, Heidi. Heidi shares good evening, tuning in and looking forward to some great content. Thank you for that, Heidi. Thank you so much. I am hopeful that you too will join the conversation. Where do we stop? Where do we begin to end the gun violence in our fair city? Before I just felt so weighted when I read those headlines coming in from what was going on, and I don't know, family. You know, it makes you heavy when you read about the devastation. Number one, and yes, Tony, we're going to continue talking about Hawaii too, because there were a lot of lives lost. There are a lot of hurting people all over the world, no matter the reason. I understand and understand that, Philly, we're in pain too because of the things that we were experiencing, this gun loss, the gun violence, this gun violence because of the loss due to gun violence. I do have that understanding. But there's so much devastation. There's so much loss right now that I was hopeful that we could have this communication and talk about everything going on, or share about everything going on, and maybe come up with something. You never know. But I have enjoyed everybody's contributions in this first hour. I wanted to do just this, have us come together, have an open forum, and share some ideas, share some thoughts, and all of that good stuff. That's what I wanted. So I thank you for obliging. I do. As we prepare for the guest that we will have in our second hour. But family, I tell you all the time that I want the conversation to continue. I always want it to continue, because this right here is a necessary conversation. This is something that we've got to make happen. Something that we've got to stop. We really, really do. It's that time. It's time for a break as we begin to prepare for the second hour. But know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, yours truly, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online. Family, stay with us because we will be right back.
Grilling season is here. Keep things sizzling all summer long with Dietz & Watson. Fire up the grill with perfectly smoked premium franks and sausages, or enjoy endless sandwich combos with fresh sliced meats and cheeses in a variety of bold flavors. There's something for everyone in the family, plus plenty of protein-packed snacks. Head to DietzandWatson.com to find a shop right near you. Dietz & Watson, it's a family thing. Premium meats and artisan cheeses since 1939.
I'm Carol Riddick, the host of Love and Life. And guess what, family? I will be live. That's right. I can speak with you about the real facts and honest opinions on dating, sexual health, casual and committed relationships. Join me Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The conversations will be served on a judgment-free platter and seasoned with unapologetic realness. So join me Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. WURD's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. Brown ShopRite and Fresh Grocer are hiring cashiers at multiple locations. And Herb Foods are hiring truck drivers, various warehouse shift laborers, and a sales representative. For more information on these jobs and many others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative. Brought to you by WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD, Philadelphia. Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk media. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. That success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So we've been talking about life, quite honestly. We've been talking about some of the stories in our headlines. And before I introduce you to our guest for the second hour, I want to go back to our socials and address some of the comments that came in during the break. So our brother Tony, he shared, I got one. He shares, tell your government to pay the reparations to Black people that they promised. The 400 years of wealth stolen is part of this problem. It's all about money. Go ask the young dudes why they do some of the things they do, and they'll tell you it's money, period. Now I'll wait. Okay, Tony. So to your point, you feel that if the government gives money, then this will all go away. That's your point. This will all go away. How much money would you say? What would be the number? What would you say is the number that will make this go away? I'm curious to know what you think the magic number is that will make this go away, since this has been deeply rooted for years? I'm just curious to know what you think and how you feel. He also shares that it's so funny that he never sees any of these problems in other communities. Now, is that by mistake or design? I'll let you tell it. Well, I'm with you on that one. I am definitely with you. I share that same opinion. I do share that same opinion. And to answer your question, because you asked that question earlier in the show, I do believe it is by design. I shared that earlier. It is definitely by design. But I said to you, since we know that, we're equipped with that, what do we do to change it? What do we do going forward? What do we do? I do want to share that our sister Lily shares, good evening, sis. Producers, guests, and WURD family, just some of our family members checking in. Um, I appreciate you guys for checking in. Melissa, Sharon, Cat, I do agree. Where God guides, he will provide. That was in my word today. Do the young folk even believe there is a God? Now that is the question I have. I have that as well. I do have that question as well. So Tony shares $100,000 for every year of slavery. Okay. $100,000 for every. Okay, Tony. I appreciate that response. That's a whole nother question. $100,000 for every year of slavery. Okay. So Paula Clark is contributing to the conversation, and she shares, the gun problem we all know is way out of hand. I asked myself, how did we get here? Our ancestors must be very disturbed. It's hurting because it takes a while to find a solution, but Jesus is a start. We as a people are lacking respect for each other. As a people, we should be outraged and not afraid. I love what you're doing, talking about it. Thank you. We have to keep on talking and continue to speak loudly. I agree with that. I agree with us talking about it. I agree with us starting with prayer. I agree with us praying together. I believe we need to start there because we need to be of like mind and of like heart. And I don't know that our babies know God, nor do I know that they have a strong enough relationship or that they have the proper understanding. I don't know where their faith lies. Tony, I think your plan, the $100,000 for every year of slavery, I think that's an interesting number. I don't know. I also don't know that because of everything that has been, that is so deeply rooted, everything that has been pushed, drilled, instilled over time, will be wiped away with dollars. Money is the root of all evil. So I don't know, but I do appreciate your contribution because I did ask. So thank you so much for that. Family, I want to move on to our guest in this hour. I said we are a brilliant people, and our next guest, she is brilliant. Yes, she is. She is known as Philly's mad scientist gone good. She is a cosmetic chemist turned entrepreneur with a mission to inform, empower, and create. She founded DVINITI Skincare, Philadelphia's first all-natural brand offering customized skincare services. She is here tonight to talk with us about her skincare line, DVINITI, and also about her book, The Sustainable Beauty, and about how she uses plant-based products to improve the quality of one's skin. Family, I invite you to the conversation with MARQUITA Robinson Garcia. Hi there, beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I will not complain. I cannot complain. I cannot complain.
It's good to see you again. We met once at Jones Chef this past February.
Yes.
Style, and I was actually vending there, and my cousin introduced me to you at our space. So it's nice to see you again.
It is nice to see you again, and happy to have you here. Happy to have you here. I do want to take a moment. I just want to address something because I didn't want to leave the conversation abruptly, family, but I also wanted to share with you our brilliant guest, like I said. But Tony shares that about our government. He shared a comment about our government giving Ukraine reparations Well, okay, 4 times over. You got people from Ukraine living better than Black people that were born in this country. And you're absolutely right, Tony. I want you to know that there are points that you have with which I do agree. I'm not disputing anything. I can't. I mean, there are facts that are visible and that are clear. But what I want to know is where we begin. How do we start? How do we navigate? How do we heal what has been broken? How do we fix? How do we repair? How do we show our babies so much love that they turn away from this poison that has been shown and given to them in the form of a gun? What do we do? How do we do that? And to your point, if we give money, if the government gives money, how will they know what to do with it? Are they equipped? Are they educated enough to know what to do with the money if they're given money? So I did not want to leave that unopened, but I do want to continue because our guest, she deserves our undivided attention, and so do her magnificent products. So again, Marquita, thank you for coming to share your time and your energy and your attention with us right here on Love and Life, because I want to hear all about your products and how they came to be.
Thank you. Yes, MARQUITA ROBINSON GARCIA, mad scientist, going good. And my passion really comes from my curiosity with life. I love science in general. And when I started working as a cosmetic chemist is when I really...
Oh, I think we lost some audio. I think we lost your audio. Marquita, can you speak from? Yep, we lost your audio. You were sharing with us that you started working as a cosmetic chemist. Oh, I cannot hear you. No, we're not doing this. We are not. Devil, we rebuke you because you are not welcome here. We're trying to share all this goodness, talking to Marquita, the sustainable beauty author and creator of Divinity Projects. Marquita, I'm going to make a suggestion. Can you log off and log back in if you don't mind? Yes, family, if you have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online. That's 96.1 FM and 900 AM as well. So in our second hour, we're talking with our guest, Marquita Robinson Garcia. We're having just a little technical issue, but we're going to work that out. Yes, we are. We're going to work that out. Marquita is joining us talking about her skincare line, Divinity, and she's going to share with us about her book because she's also an author. But before we lost her audio, you were sharing with us that you are a chemist who found your interest.
Yeah, my true passion. In the chemistry lab when I was working with cosmetics, that's where things got really fun. But not so much just because I was able to work with things that I understood how to use and was using for so long, but really because how much I've learned about what to avoid using on my skin and what I should focus on using on my skin. And it became really easy for me to figure that out, obviously working behind the scenes, but it wasn't enough to just stop there. Realizing that products are getting out to millions, billions of people all over the world that are not aware of the decisions that they're making when they're using products on their skin. Because maybe they're making the decision emotionally or because it was a pretty bottle or a cool advertisement.
I've done
smelled good, but that's the way the industry goes, right? It really appeals to our emotions and also our vulnerabilities, right? So a lot of us, maybe we're suffering with self-esteem issues or confidence issues, or worse, we're like, oh, we're getting older, and so the whole consciousness of aging is actually starting to happen a lot earlier. You've got folks in their 20s. And I'm not judging, but folks in their 20s getting Botox, for example, or getting surgeries done to manipulate their face, their skin, their body entirely. And where does some of that come from? This need to compete so fiercely, over
Mhm.
looks, and as opposed to digging a little deeper, getting to know ourselves a bit first,
Mhm.
seeing how we can balance things out. And so we're in this very fast, hyper moving, instant gratification world, right?
Yes,
And
we
and
are.
so yeah, that's what cosmetics are. All cosmetic companies at times, or skincare companies at times, are also doing that to stay in business, because they're businesses, right? So I'm not going to down anyone, but I think it's important to see it for what it is,
Mhm.
and understand, well, knowing that these are some of the outcomes of what's happening in this industry, in society, and what's happening. How does this impact me? And if I sit
Mm.
quietly enough, how can I come up with making a decision that I want to make, as opposed to being influenced or persuaded in a direction that I wouldn't normally go, because it's probably not best for my overall well-being,
Mhm.
right? For example. And so I had these deeper thoughts and these questions, because, like I said, I could avoid chemicals or products, or even things, because I understood how we're being, I don't want to use the word attacked, but targeted,
Yeah.
how we're being targeted, psychologically, emotionally, physically, through different, ways to get us to purchase something. It wasn't enough for me to know how to do it. I needed to share this. I needed to talk about it. I just needed to speak my truth and my
Mhm.
understanding in it. And not from a perspective of not using certain products, right? So I'm wearing a little mascara.
Mhm.
I'm wearing a little eyeliner. Okay. Okay, but I know why, and I know how to clean it off of my face without causing more damage. So I'm only saying this to say that the importance of understanding chemicals and products and cosmetics, but as well as food, as our
Mhm.
medicine, because all of these things are intended to heal us, right? They're intended to make us feel better or live better.
All
But the
right.
question is, are they?
That is the question.
That's the question, because that's why we're pursuing, right? We need medicine to feel better and heal our bodies. We need to eat so that we're nourished and we can thrive, and that can also heal our bodies, the food we're eating. And then we use cosmetics and skincare for self-care purposes, so that we can just feel good, that confidence, that
Mhm.
self-esteem. All of these things play very important roles in our success and the direction we go in life. But if our goal is to be better and improve each of those things, but then the outcome is opposite of that, well, what happens? We start taking more extreme measures
We
to
do.
do more things, to be beautiful, to be accepted, to fit in, to and who are we impressing? Because certainly we're not feeling good enough ourselves, so we want to impress the outside world. And I know this is getting a little deep, but
No,
that's what made me write the book.
but that's what it is. That's the truth. That's what it is. At its core, that's what, you're telling the truth.
Right, right. And it was so those were the things that inspired me to just
Okay.
kind of, besides starting Divinity Skincare, using plant-based products, because I did want to start there, at least the product that I could serve, the products I could provide, even the services that I could provide. Because you see here, this is my lab, so we make everything here. We can customize based on individual skin type.
Oh
We
my goodness.
oh yeah, we invite folks in. Come on in. We could do a digital skin analysis here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have my this is like a high magnification where you can see your skin under the
Oh,
microscope. We
wow.
can do a digital face scan, just because I think it's important to talk to clients and get to know them, and really and help them to see what areas they can improve, as opposed to just saying, oh, just take this product and figure it out at home. We're really
Mhm.
able to start that relationship and guide folks, uh, one step at a time, into what's really better for them, explaining, ingredient by ingredient, what would go into their product, and really just making things more transparent. But it also makes it fun.
Wow. And informative. It's an education as
Sure.
well for those. I mean, like me. I like knowing. I like knowing what's in the product. I like knowing what does what, and like which one of these ingredients is responsible for this and so forth and so on. So I love that. Quite honestly. Now, I know some of our family members are thinking, so how do I get that done? What does that process entail? Like how does that work? And where are
Yeah.
you located? Where would I go
Yes,
to
ma'am.
get a digital skin analysis?
Yeah, so in person, for those that can visit us in person in the Philadelphia area, you can have folks coming from Jersey or New York or DC. We're at 1500 Locust Street. So we're right in Center City, right
Right
downtown.
downtown. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, 1500 Locust Street. It's a building, and we're on the 38th floor in Suite 3801. And so the easiest way I would say to get started would be visit our website, I guess,
Okay.
at divinity.com. It's DVI. I put it right there under my title. So it's DVINITI.com. And there's a skin quiz you can take, and there's
Oh, I love
also
it.
somewhere you could come in for a free consultation because they're free. The consultations are free, and then we work
I was
through products.
I was going to ask that too. I do want to
Yes, ma'am.
share that some of our family members are checking in, and Latoya Charleston shares that she loves this so much. She shares that she had the opportunity to see a class in session. Everyone was locked in, and the information was great.
Yes,
Kat D'Ambrosio is asking, "What is the name of your book?"
yes, right. I got a little carried away with my.
No, no, no.
So the name of the book is actually called The Sustainable Beauty, and this is the book here. And so I was very proud to have a nice, beautiful woman on the cover here. But it is a book for everyone. Okay, so it's a book for anyone with skin. We had to choose a face of some sort, and I just wanted to point out one thing that's really important about why it's called the Sustainable Beauty.
Okay.
Okay, and not just sustainable beauty. So in the industry, they like to play games sometimes. Okay, and sustainability sometimes from a brand perspective would be to make sure you're using recyclable containers. Or is the company doing taking on greener initiatives? And sometimes they'll put that off on the consumer to, go green. We see it all the time. And I'm not against recycling or being mindful of our waste. However, a lot of the push around sustainability, environmental initiatives, or climate change, these are some huge, overwhelming global initiatives that may need to be addressed, but not because of any one individual like you or I, but because of the huge corporations that have caused a lot of the damage in the first place. Right? So what you or I could do in changing things in our life maybe could make a difference, but that requires a lot of coordination for billions of people all over the world, right? It's a lot harder. However, if we focus on the sustainable beauty, me, unapologetic attention and focus and on me, how I conduct myself, what I allow to be exposed to my body, what I put into my body. If I'm making those choices with conscious decisions to make sure that I'm improving my wellness, my health, my life, my mindset, my well-being, my emotional stability, if I'm making decisions that way, whatever I put into my body will also be something that will be fine and compatible for the earth. That will drive all of my purchasing decisions. It will drive all of the things that I do in my lifestyle. And that will be good for the earth.
I have a question for you. So I know we're talking about, and I'm in full agreement with everything you're saying, but I'm curious to know, so would it be for men as well, for our men as well? Okay, because I know
the book is full of pictures, so men will. I have men in here. I have men grooming their sons, and so I do appeal to men and women. This is a table book for the household, and so reference.
I want to tell you, I ask that. I'm sorry to have interjected, but because, typically when we talk about beauty and we talk about skincare, a lot of times the conversation is geared toward women and how we can, better our efforts to take care of our skin, but we forget about our men. And we want our men to be just as well groomed, you know. So, and we want them to know that we care about their grooming habits as well. So, I do want to take a moment to share that Heidi Claire, hi Heidi, she's joining us on our socials, and she shares hands up to female chemists. She is one too. Heidi, Heidi, yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love that. And Kat is asking, where can she purchase your book?
It's available on Amazon. It's actually on sale on Amazon.
Ooh.
You'd actually get a little discount. It's
Okay.
on sale, and it ships right away. So it's in stock. The Sustainable Beauty.
Well, I'll be buying mine tonight. I will definitely buy mine
there on
tonight.
Amazon. And
Sure.
I'd love to meet anyone who's available. We do meet virtually as well. We realize that we learn through lockdowns how to,
Yeah.
how to serve people.
This COVID compromised world has us doing a lot of things differently. I want to take just one moment. Family, listen, it's time for us to take a short break, but do know that the phone lines are still open. So feel free to call us or feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We're going to take just a short break, like I said, but we will be right back.
Bank of America is stepping up when it matters most. Last year, to expand our efforts to advance racial equality and economic opportunity, we committed $1.25 billion over 5 years. To date, we've put nearly $400 million to work. Together with our local partners, we're increasing affordable housing options, expanding small business support, and much more. At Bank of America, we call this a nice start. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you are a business professional or entrepreneur looking to grow your network, join the African American Chamber of Commerce of Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware on Wednesday, August 16th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Comcast Spectacor/Wells Fargo Center for the National Black Business Month Expo, featuring $30 professional headshots, workshops, Black vendors, and empowerment speakers. Want to attend the National Black Business Month Expo? Go to aachamber.com for more information.
Join WURD Radio for our annual Founders Day celebration. Mark your calendars for August 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at WURD's Future Home, 3601 Appleford Avenue. Embrace the spirit of Founders Day with a tribute to the legacy of Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, complete with food, live music, local vendors, health screenings, and much more. And here's a special invitation. If you're not yet a member, this is the perfect opportunity to join the Forward movement and support Black Talk Media exclusively on Founders Day. Secure your membership at the exceptional rate of $80. Visit wordradio.com or join us at our Founders Day event to be a part of the Forward community. Let's celebrate together.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Why is WURD important to the community?
It's important that there's someone from the community that's authentically talking about the problems and all the steps that need to be taken to get to a better place.
And it gives them a platform and an opportunity to share their expertise and love of the culture.
And it's critically important that people have an opportunity to speak, and it's even more important that people have an opportunity to be heard.
WURD is the community and of the community.
WURD serves as the voice for the community.
It gives a sense of connectedness among people who aren't necessarily in front of each other physically, but they feel and connect with each other over the air.
I'm so glad they're coming to Mantua.
It's in the name. WURD is the word. WURD gets the word out to the community. WURD connects the community. WURD empowers the community. WURD embraces the community.
We are 20 years strong, giving voice to the community, and without the community, there will be no WURD. We are one and the same, and it is not a game. WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with our guest in this hour, MARQUITA Robinson Garcia. She is the creator of DVINITI Skincare line, and she's also the author of The Sustainable Beauty. We were talking about that. We were talking about the book just before the break, but I don't want to get away from myself because I'm listening to you and I'm loving all of the information that you're sharing. But I have so many questions, and I know some of our family members do too. I do want to let you know that Kat shared that she's going online tonight to buy your book. It sounds great. So I wanted to share that with you. I was going to ask you, well, I am going to ask you what the benefits are of the plant-based products that you offer, but I do want to address a question that one of our family members asked because it might be kind of similar. Melissa shares she likes plant-based products, but she would like to know if they work better for people with diabetes. She shares that she uses diabetic lotions. Her skin requires a lot. Doctors state her condition comes along with aging. It doesn't help with dryness. So I'm curious to know if there are any benefits. So I thought that might go hand in hand.
Yeah. And I'm very careful not to go against a doctor's orders for anyone's health, right? I do want to mention that I'm a chemist. I build the formulas for products, but I can't necessarily give health advice. However, I will stand by plant-based oils, plant-based aromas like essential oils, natural things that come from the earth, because our bodies and plants have naturally co-evolved over time, with the earth. They are generally more mild, meaning unless you have an allergic reaction to like almonds or something, right? Or lavender of some sort. They will be more mild and gentle on the skin, and they're nourishing to the skin, and you use less, but a little goes a lot further. And so I can say those things that because they're natural, our bodies understand what to do with them. Our skin can absorb it easier, and it goes into the skin to actually induce some healing effect in terms of reducing dryness, minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, because we're actually feeding the cells the vitamins and nutrients and minerals that is necessary in order to thrive. Additionally, it helps to lock in hydration because we're helping to improve and enhance our moisture barrier, which is necessary. You see, cells are made up of, if we think on a cellular level, which we have trillions of cells all over the body, they're made up of primarily fat, cholesterol, protein. That's what's all around the cell membrane to maintain the water inside of the cell and the water outside. We're made up mostly of water in our bodies. And so we're all water, fat, cholesterol, and protein. That's essentially what we are. And so we have to use ingredients and products that are going to be compatible with what our body is already composed of and made of. And this is just simple science, folks. Like, this is why we can use science to back and substantiate and validate natural skincare. In fact, that's what I use my scientific powers to do, because there's lots of us creating new things. We want to outdo nature. But I'm going to tell you something. Good luck. That's all. I'm going to go ahead and work with nature. I'm going to be aligned with myself and woosah with me. And I feel glowy. It ain't even about being vain about it, though. I feel good in my skin.
The statement that you made.
It
is. The statement you made about trying different things and using different things. Like this like brown complexion of mine, if a pimple leaves a mark or what have you, I was at one point in time trying different creams and lotions and types of things to kind of even out my skin tone. And then one day I happened upon grapeseed oil, and my skin loves grapeseed oil. My face loves grapeseed oil. It loves grapeseed oil. Like I used to have a dryness, a T-zone, the dryness, and it took that away. I would always get extremely dry hair. It took that away.
Right.
It took that away.
Yes.
We do have another question from one of our family members. Kat is asking, she shares, am I correct in thinking that since everything is plant-based, that there are no dangerous preservatives?
For sure, in the Divinity Skincare line, we don't use any preservatives at all.
I love that.
The reason, though, not necessarily because it's plant-based, because there are plenty of plant-based things that, mold or
Mhm.
bacteria, things, fungus can grow in, but because we're not using water in our formulas, and I'm actually using natural concentrated oils. And so the wonderful thing about having anhydrous, not water, as opposed to formulas that have water in them, is you don't need to preserve them, which is lovely, because now you can just focus on having more ingredients that will be active in helping the skin, as opposed to preservatives that will cause other kind of icky, potentially non-desirable outcomes. I would definitely say. I think adding. So let's say you're using certain products, that some folks are like, "Well, I have all this stuff I already have to use,
Mhm.
and I don't want to waste my money." Well, I can understand that. We've all got a budget in some way, but what would be helpful could be to slowly add oils and find what oils work for you. We can help. That's what we're here for. And we do make products. We have products that we also have blends that are already pre-blended. They're very elegant and lovely to use. But you can slowly begin to add oils into a routine, which I think is really important, because you also want to learn how to use them, as not to use them too much. As not to use them too much, because folks are like, "Oh, I feel oily." Well, you probably use too much. You will learn. You don't have to slap like a big clop of lotion. Like with lotion, you got, a whole bunch. But with oils, we're talking a few little drops, little dab, a little press in here. And there. I mean, it's just it's such a luxurious experience, and it helps you to connect with nature.
I was going to ask a question that I think you already answered, but I was thinking, well, actually, you did answer it, because I was going to ask about the products as it pertains to skin for women, women and men. I know our skin is different. I know we have a different makeup, but you said you all customize products. You're able to customize products for everybody.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter whether you're male, female, race, it doesn't matter.
Young, mature skin, whatever you're going through. I mean, you find sometimes on your own body, you could have different skin. Your leg is different from your hand, is different from your face, is different from your back. And so depending on, I mean, we're all one whole organism, but depending on where maybe maybe you have acne could come out in certain areas, or you have certain pigmentation that you want to settle and even out. Depending on where that is, it might be a different product for a different area of the body. Most of the time we simplify this. I don't want this to sound complicated. I think it could just as easily become confusing, like, whoa, too many options. I just want to go grab my one little retail product and just keep using what I've been using. And that's fine, but I think that it's actually a lot of fun to begin to explore, because we learn more about ourselves in this process as well. And it really is simple. We're using, the products no more than, we're talking about 5 to 10 ingredients per bottle. You look at the back of the ingredient listings of what you're using, and you might see 40, 50 ingredients that you have no idea, what's methylparaben, what's phenoxyethanol, what's sodium lauryl sulfate or aluminum lauryl sulfate or betaine or cocamidopropyl betaine. Like what are we putting on ourselves?
What are all of those things? Quite honestly,
Yeah,
what are they? What do they do? What do they do? Now that you mention it, what do all of those things do?
So
and why do we
lot
need?
No, this is fine. I just don't want us to get lost in the sauce, but a lot of times when, as a chemist, right, when I was in the lab and we were formulating, a lot of times the ingredients that we would use would really just be to help stabilize the formula, because we would have to put the formula out on the shelf and it need to have a shelf life of maybe 3 to 4 years, which is already ridiculous. But just bear in mind, my focus and my training was, how do I make a really good formula last a long time in different climates, in different temperatures, in different situations. And so sometimes you have to add certain things to that formula to keep it stable. But maybe some of those things ideally would never, ever should never come in contact with human skin, right? Even if it doesn't outright, make us drop dead. It's a war of attrition as we're adding things to our body that it doesn't know what to do with. It doesn't recognize.
Right.
It gets congested. It gets confused. It's like, what is this? You know, and so this causes a chain reaction that sometimes we're not aware of. This is really important for food and medicine. Again, I'm not a doctor, but be mindful of what we're putting into our bodies is number one, because it's going to try to get out in some way, and sometimes things come out in the skin. And then we're trying to correct it with a cream, but really we need to correct it in the gut, in the colon. But so they're using things like emulsifiers. They're using things like thickeners to thicken a formula that would really be water thin otherwise, because they use like 80%, 85% water. Using things like opacifiers just to make something look whiter and brighter, because really it would look a really ugly gray color and no one would buy that. So you make it look really bright white.
My goodness, that's so true.
I mean, think about it. We're talking about things coming out of factories, right? I mean, it's not going to be like pretty and like, you know, I mean, this is as glamorous a lab as you get. And I'm not bragging, but just imagine.
But I mean, you're right though. I'm thinking about, you are so right. Yeah, you're so right.
You know, it's in a pretty bottle, but it's coming from a factory with like a plant.
Right,
like,
right.
Not cute and fancy at all. And I'm talking about the highest end of the ends, like, you know, hundreds of dollar bottles. So I'm not knocking it, folks. I'm just saying marketing, very powerful. And we've gotten really, really good at marketing in the past, you know, 50, 100 years. So just be mindful, you know, and it just brings it to our attention, like why we deserve more. Oh, we absolutely deserve more.
We do.
Yeah.
We absolutely,
better.
absolutely. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Family, listen, if you're just tuning in, you are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. We are talking with our guest in this hour, MARQUITA Robinson Garcia, and she is sharing with us about her skincare line, DVINITI Skincare. We're learning all about it. I want to know, quite honestly, more about the class that you had in session that LaToya Charleston attended. LaToya, you can't share, you can't drop gems and then leave us hanging. I want to know about the classes that you host as well, and some other things that you're doing with that DVINITI Skincare does, and some events that you host and all of that good stuff. I want our family to know all about what we can do to find out how to better our routines, our skincare regimens, and all of that good stuff. And I want to know some of the benefits of using plant-based products. But what we need to do at this moment is take just a short break, just in a few minutes, but I'm setting you up. Family, I want you to know that you are still welcome to contribute to the conversation. And you can do that by commenting on our socials. You can always comment on our socials. You know that. And I will do my best to share your comment. But you can also give us a call. And you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can also call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. I do want to share that Tim is joining us. He just shares a hello. He's just checking in, saying, hey, hello.
Hey, Robinson. I see you, Robinson.
You see? Yep. Oh, that's right. That's right. No, family, right? Family. That's all it is family right there. Y'all might be cousins. Who knows? Y'all might be cousins. You never know. MARQUITA did share that she is located right in Center City, right at 1500 Locust. Was that right downtown? Right downtown.
Locust Street.
Right downtown. But again, like I said, when we come back from our commercial break, we're going to talk some more about the skincare line. MARQUITA is going to share with us again about her book, The Sustainable Beauty, for our family members who are just joining the conversation, so we can make sure you too are aware of the book and that you know exactly where you can find it. And she did share that that the book is for both men, women, younger, older, everybody. It's for everybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, which is wonderful, because that's what we need. We need information that is helpful to us all. But again, she's here talking with us about Divinity Skincare line, her line that she created. She's the cosmetic chemist turned entrepreneur. And I want to talk about this name too, the mad scientist gone good. I think it's the cutest little thing. I think it is the cutest little thing, but her name is, I sound like an old woman. Did you hear me? I sound like, I could hear my grandmother saying that. That's just the cutest little thing. But in any event, that's my old soul. That's all that is. Marquita is known as Philly's mad scientist gone good. So when we come back, she's going to share more with us about all that she has going on. So family, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coming up at Punchline Philly, Playing to Laugh with Torre, celebrating 30 years of laughter, Langston Kerman, Godfrey, Rodman, Afion Crockett, Ali Sadiq, and more. Plus, keep the party going all summer long at Punchline's Trap R&B Brunch. Get tickets and full event info at punchlinephilly.com.
This Founders Day, we celebrate our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue. Join us on Friday, August 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join us as we pay tribute to the man who founded WURD Radio 20 years ago. Listen to a panel discussion on equitable development. Stay informed as Solomon Jones leads a conversation on violence as a public health issue. Celebrate the contributions of Nick Farrow and the 2023 winners of the Community Impact Award, Mika Johnson, Reverend Andy Jenkins, Jasmine Smith, the Twin Sister Docs, and WURD Radio's own Troy Wilmore. You can also stand with WURD Radio, start or renew your Forward membership at the special Founders Day discounted rate of $80, or start a digital membership. That's our 2023 Founders Day celebration, Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Founders Day 2023 is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and Bank of America.
When you take a walk around your neighborhood and notice all the things that make it feel like home, one thing might be a little harder to notice because somewhere tucked in that neat row of houses is hunger. Over 30 million Americans don't know where their next meal is coming from. Together, we can provide 1 billion meals by 2030 because everyone should be welcome at the table. Learn more at nourishingneighbors.com from Acme Markets, Balducci's, and King's Foundations. Let's break the cycle of hunger together.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. We're talking with Marquita Robinson Garcia, that is, and she's sharing with us about her skincare line, Divinity, which I love the name, first of all. I just love the name. But I know I'm looking at the time, and I know we have so few we have so little time, so little time, so few minutes, so few times, so little time. I can't get that together. So little time left. So I was sharing before the break that I was going to ask you to let us know a few things. Number one, for our family members who had just joined us just before the break, can you tell us again where we can find your book, The Sustainable Beauty, and tell us a little bit about it, just a little bit.
Sure. So the Sustainable Beauty is here. It's a guide. It's available on Amazon. So it's actually on sale on Amazon, which I'm really excited to share. So you can grab your copy here. But what I go over in the Sustainable Beauty is really how we can use plant-based, nourishing, protective, healing ingredients on our skin and on our bodies. And the importance of doing that is so that we can actually achieve wellness. So that we can actually achieve the goal of looking good, feeling good, and then letting that light shine, because that becomes really contagious. When you feel good about yourself, others feel good around you, and you become this attractive force that is irresistible and delicious in every way. And
I love
so,
that.
so that's what I go over in the sustainable beauty. It's a household resource. It's really for anyone with skin, because it's our duty to protect our bodies. It's our duty to protect our skin. It's our duty to become aware of what we need to thrive. And so I go through it. I guide folks through that. It's more magazine style, as you can see. Lots of nice pictures, nice quotes. So it's not a bore. Even though I'm a chemist, it's not super technical. It really inspires and enlightens us to just be our best self.
Do you talk about the different oils that some of the oils that are good for our skin?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I
You do
actually
talk
have my
about some of the.
favorite oils right here. That
Okay.
is actually in chapter 4. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
These are my favorite oils that I use here. And
Oh,
you can see
wow.
them
Okay.
actually behind me. But I have a whole chart. It's actually lots of charts. There's some facial mapping as well. So remember, we talked about whatever's in the body wants to come out. And so I break down
Right.
facial mapping. And you can see that I'm using a man model here.
There's some pictures of some male models. I
Yes,
love it. I
this
love it.
is
So
the
men, you hear
important.
that? You hear
Mhm.
that?
Mhm.
Okay, so now I want to know too. Actually, Kat is asking, do you do virtual appointments? And if
Yes.
so, what is your fee for that?
Yes, so we do consultations free. We just chat real quick. It's normally easy to get to know folks. We start with the skin quiz that helps us as we read through the feedback from that, and then we can set up a quick chat over the phone, and those are free. We'll chat for free.
Okay, all right. We love that. We do love that. Now, I was asking about the comment that Latoya Charleston shares, and I love you too, Toya. But she shared that she had the opportunity to see a class in session. And she shared that everybody was locked in and the information was great. About what was she speaking? What classes? What is it in which we can partake?
Yes. So with all you see these ingredients here, it may be tough to see them all. But what I
Okay.
do in my lab here is I can host sessions, group sessions, and those have also been complimentary. The ticket is a book, and come to all the classes for free because I go through the book and I really help folks to formulate. I help them to learn what's good for them, and we can do that ingredient by ingredient. So what I do in these classes is I'm actually creating custom blends, and I have all my tools and my oils. And guess what? I got grapeseed oil right here. I was supposed to actually show that today. It was so funny you brought that up because it was one of my faves.
My
to
body
formulate
loves
with.
grapeseed oil.
It's a universal oil.
Oh
Everyone
my
can use it.
goodness.
Yep. And so we mix and we make here. It gets very hands-on. We're able to do show on the skin how each oil can be different, behaves differently. We can just actually use these raw ingredients right here. I show how you can learn to make things from your kitchen.
Oh wow.
I just put it all together so that it all makes sense. The group sessions are amazing because you're getting different questions, you're interacting with different folks, and you're really connecting with people who share the same desire as you, the same interests. And so it's really nice, and they've been amazing. We do those on site.
I love that. So there are benefits to using plant-based products.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're going to nourish the skin. They're going to help to hydrate the skin, keep the moisture barrier. It's going to enhance that moisture barrier. Now, why would you need to make sure that your moisture barrier is functioning well and your skin is operating well? Because the skin is the largest organ on our body. It's an organ. It's just on the outside. And it has the function. It's the first line of defense for our immunity, right? For keeping everything on the inside and keeping things balanced. It helps to balance our temperature via sweat. It helps us to know when to pay attention to something, or when we get goosebumps or our hairs raised. These are little things. The skin serves a very, very important defense mechanism when it's operating properly and healthy.
So Marquita, you were sharing with us that these are all oils. You don't use water in the products, but so how does it help to keep our skin hydrated and moisturized?
Oh, I see. Yeah, so hydration is one of those interesting terms. So what's going to hydrate us is water. When you're in the shower or the bath, you're getting wet. You're exposed to water. Well, that's now that your body and skin actually absorbs some of that water while you're in the shower or the bath. there's your hydration. Now what you need to do is lock it in. That's where the oils come in and enhance the moisture barrier to hold in the hydration that you get in the shower. You don't need the hydration to come from a bottle. It just becomes a very expensive bottle of water when you buy retail lotions, because you're just adding more water to your skin. That's not going to keep your skin hydrated. That water is going to still evaporate just like it does when you leave the shower. You need oils, concentrated oils, to maintain the hydration. And that's what the oils do. They go over, they provide a barrier on the skin so that the water doesn't just evaporate.
That makes so much sense. So before you leave us, Marquita, can you share with us your website one more time, please?
Yes. It's divinity.com. It's spelled a little fancy though. So it's DVINITI. Just a little fancy, not too much. DVINITI.com. On our website, you can find all of our products, but there's also the skin quizzes there. You could set up a consultation if you just click set up an appointment under spa services. And there's also a link there where you can see custom blends, create custom blends. And I will be posting more about the upcoming seminars and workshops that we're going to be hosting for anyone that's interested. We do them every Saturday at 12 p.m. So that's a good way to remember. So starting again in September. Okay. We have 5 weeks in September. So, I'm psyched about it. Starting, I got an extra week to create some stuff. So in September, we're going to start bringing those back for those custom blending sessions. So Saturday at 5, Saturdays at 12.
Saturdays at noon.
Come on down to 1500 Locust Street, 38th floor, suite 3801.
I love it.
And of course, the book on Amazon. And this has all our information too.
I love it. Okay, and before you leave us, how can we follow you on which socials?
Oh, I'm probably most active on Instagram, if there were where you would get the most engagement and responsiveness. But of course, Facebook, as well as TikTok or Twitter, and it's all at DVINITI Skincare, spelled just like that fancy little DVINITI Skincare. All the handles are the same, but definitely check us out on Instagram. And we have all sorts of tutorials. We have some YouTube videos as well where I show step by step our process and the things that we do here, and just really educating. It's all about education, but not a boring education. We want to make it fun and exciting and pretty too. Okay.
Well, it's about education. We want to be educated and informed. I do believe when you know better, you do better. I'd like to believe that, and that's the goal, right? We all want to do better. I'm hoping that's the goal anyway, that we all want to do better. Marquita, thank you. I hope you'll come to visit us again. I hope you've enjoyed the love that you've received here on Love and Life. And I just want to thank you from each and every one of us for just sharing your time and your energy and your attention and your knowledge and spirit with us. Truly, truly, greatly appreciated. You have no idea. We appreciate you so much. So you say you'll come back and visit us sometime?
I hope I can come back. I'd love to chat again, Carol. And I hope you'll visit us too.
Oh, yes. I was going to tell you, I think I have to come downtown. I think I have to come to Center City this week. I'm going to have to stop by when I come. I was looking, let me look at my calendar. So I'll keep you posted on that. But I'm stopping by soon. I am, sooner than later. I am. Thank you so much, Marquita. Thank you. Family. Whew, family. Okay. Deep breath. As we praise God, from whom all blessings flow. You hear me? And as we wrap up tonight's episode, in doing so, I just want to extend my utmost gratitude to each and every one of you as you continue to support Love and Life. I just want to say thank you to all of our callers and to those of you who contributed on our socials. Listen, Tony, we need to keep this conversation going. We need to keep talking. Tony Brown, that is, I'm talking to you. Let's come up with some solutions, family. Let's figure this out. We need to figure this out. And our babies need our help. They need us. To all of our guests, for sharing your time, your energy, your space, your spirit, your knowledge, and your attention. Just thank you. To the entire WURD family, especially Niall Jax and Nick Stetto, I thank you from the bottom of my heart with every fiber of my being. Family, remember this. We're all in this together, so be good to you, but please be good to those around you, okay? Have a great rest of your night, family. I love you, but God loves you so much more. And you be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, family.